Ebre unna Evan, unto E, and I'm making a driving video of going through Hannibal, Missouri. I have never done that before, even during, I think I was too fucking tired. Or this is the first time when I went on a trip, and but I'm having problems with the fucking Wi-Fi on both laptops of them. Well, especially the new one. If it's a page you don't have to sign in, it looks like it connects. But if it's a page you got to sign in, it fucking craps out on me. That really fucking sucks. Unleaded gas, I just had to get gas and it was cheaper. Or I mean, it was $1 on a gallon. Only good thing is this, I think Missouri has the cheapest gas price. That might have been where the Golden Corral was. I think it. Oh, buffet and grill. Oh, I actually got another buffet there. Well, that's kind of fucking cool. It's a little early to eat at it, unfortunately. I don't know where there's another Golden Corral. So the last I checked yesterday, there's one in Shiloh, Illinois, just east of St. Louis, was still open. So I hope I have enough battery on this fucking phone to get all these videos in today. The thing that for holding the phone here, I mean, the fucking thing unclamps off when I try to put it in, especially the big phone, because it barely fits in there. If I knew I was gonna have all these fucking problems with videos, I would have gotten a fucking, and I would have gotten a smaller phone. Emmanuel fucking Baptist fucking church, he's fucking Bible thumping piece of shit. I fucking hate them. I bet that buffet is really good. It might even be better than Golden Corral, but it's a little, shit. Well, if I knew about it, that's where the Golden Corral was. Yeah, I probably just want to eat a couple hours later, though. Oh, it's going to be more than a couple. Oh, shit, I hope I can get there in time to get the lunch prices. God, I fucking hope so. It's 100 miles to St. Louis yet. Yeah, well, it's just past Shiloh, Illinois, so the traffic ain't too bad. But anyway, photo enforced fascist bullshit. Didn't have that nonsense evidence. Yeah, that's the first time I went to Hannibal, Missouri with my parents. And in the last video I mentioned, there was it was just before I was going to get into special ed, because it was bullied so fucking bad at the grade school. And this is my first visit since I could visit the Columbine. And those videos are so controversial, I probably won't go put them on YouTube, including the driving videos I made before and after. But I went to the memorial in the park next to Columbine, and it was so infested with so much bullshit that for all the bullshit I've seen and heard in my entire life, all the pretentious fucking bullshit, it takes the cake. It was anti-fucking. There was someone brought up that babies unborn babies are murdered in the womb, and so this is bound to happen. So there's nothing even. So it's bad enough that it's touchy-feely, pretentious fucking bullshit honoring the lives of bullies. That they got to throw anti-abortion propaganda bullshit in it as well. Yeah, passing Hannibal already. But I was that was this all fucking summer long. The intention, though, of getting me in special ed was not to stop the bullying. The intention of getting into special ed is to indoctrinate me into becoming a conformist. That place, oh shit, that's the welcome. They look fucking closed. Oh shit, I was gonna stop there. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't, because I don't know the fucking, there was a pig over there. I don't know why. It looks closed. I used to have free maps there. God, how much of this is left? Oh, speak of the devil, there's some anti-abortion fucking bullshit propaganda. What does it fucking say? Like, or weeks from a heartbeat of an unborn fetus. Like, or days, not weeks. Like, who gives a fuck? Fuck them. Fuck the unborn. Fuck them. But I'm not going to say more about Columbine because I got other things to say. I got every fucking one of these lights is photo and for like all of them are. So the entire fucking summer on Nebenics was, my mother told me, my special ed teacher is going to say something about my long fingernails, and my special ed is going to say something about my hair not being combed, and he's going to say something about this, he's going to say something about that, all fucking summer long. I had to listen to that fucking authoritarian fucking bullshit, thinking it was going to make me become a conformist. Never in my mother's stupidest, wildest dreams did she ever fucking envision that it was that putting me through all that bullshit would lead to at least the very symptoms of PTSD. Having the and because of that, when you get symptoms, when you have PTSD, you don't give a fuck if you say anything that offends people. You don't give a fuck if you do anything that offends people. That's what's fucking beautiful about it. The trauma with it is not fun. But that's true. If you have PTSD, you don't give a fuck if you offend people. That's the nice thing about it. Maybe that might not be true with everyone who has it, but it's certainly true with me. But sometimes I still won't say something that offends people only to avoid confrontations. But whenever I can get away with it, I guess. And the reason I bring that up is that the movie on the Born on the 4th of July, when that guy was duped in joining the army, I don't even think he was drafted, he enlisted, because, in fact, his mother was a Catholic fucking cunt, real fucking vicious fucking brutal piece of shit fucking cunt. He was very unsympathetic to how disgusted and pissed off he was when his life was ruined and destroyed. He became either a paraplegic, crippled, quadriplegic, or something like that. That movie was depressing, but my favorite part of the movie is because he was wounded in the war, he couldn't even use his penis. And he said, that fucking uptight snowflake fucking cunt for mother he had, that, "Don't say penis in his house!" And then he responds by saying, "Big fucking erect penis!" That was fucking beautiful that he said. It was like being in a hurricane, in the eye of the hurricane, where it's just totally depressing, and then he says something really wonderful like that. "Big fucking erect penis!" Which goes back to the summer of Nebenics. So, as I said in the last video, the car broke down. It took like 11 hours or something to fix it up, and then by the time we had to look for a motel, they were all fucking booked up. They had to drive 100 miles out of the way to find a motel, and then the next day was shit. I went for a fucking walk, and it was something a kid with Asperger's would do. Is when there's like a town and there's trons and there's railroad tracks. I walked over to the town to see the trons and the railroad tracks. And my parents bitched at me for doing that. And my father bitched while I'm running out with a thermometer because shit happened. I'm supposed to give everything up that makes me happy. So when shit happened, I mean, I've heard the saying, when shit happens, or more anti-abortion fucking propaganda, fucking bullshit. Heaven sent. No. Sperm squirting into some woman's stinky, smelly twat sent it. It's a demon. It is a demon from hell, which is exactly what they are claim to be against, and they are demons from hell. All fucking summer long, and until that makes my mother told me, my special ed teacher's gonna say something to me about my fingernails, other than fucking hair not being blah blah. It was all fucking summer, and even on the day after a few hours we were able to salvage in Hannibal, my mother had to bring that shit up as well. So the point I'm trying to make here is, it took a while. It took until after we moved to Florida that kind of shit actually caused me to become more defiant and more militant, and I'm fucking proud of it. The second trip to Hannibal, Missouri was an antidote, and that did go better. But there was one thing that made everything go to shit for a few moments. We had at one of the museums in Hannibal, and there was a sign on the glass that said, if you knock on the glass, it will automatically call the police. And I mentioned them, and I'll knock on the glass, let's call the police. And she went fucking ape shit. She had no fucking sense of humor whatsoever. She was so fucking easily triggered by every little fucking thing. Oh, wow. Now I gotta worry about having it in my fucking Wi-Fi. Well, I gotta stop the video. As always, I'm so glad I have Asperger's, because I make the most interesting videos in the world. Nobody makes more interesting videos than I do. People don't like my videos. Fuck them. People get to hear my videos and hear my spoken words are the chosen people, even if they don't like it. And not only that, there's 8 billion people in this world. Most of them are a bunch of boring, mediocre, stupid assholes with no imagination. So if they don't like it, they get to be exposed to someone like me. It's like a religion. They have a chance to redeem themselves for being snowflakes and assholes their whole life. I'll make more driving videos going through St. Louis.